All right, guys. I was going to maintain the scooter, check over the bolts, make sure everything's nice and tight. But I said, let me just do a 2,500 mile review while I'm outside. So I ran back in and grabbed the camera. Give me a second. Let me roll it outside. All right. Put the camera in my hand. Put the camera down. This thing is heavy. Yume Hawk Pro, 60 volt, 3,000 watt claimed electric scooter. Do a quick review of what I think about the scooter, what I don't like, what I like, things like that. All right, let me bring it out a little more. Get it into a better light. All right, close this down. Talk about the scooter. All right, as I was saying, 60 volt, 6,000 watts of power. I have the standard battery inside the Hawk Pro. I have the 27 amp battery. You could actually opt for, I think, 30 amp battery if you choose to purchase a scooter. What I like about the scooter, the length of the deck, pretty much long. It's about 26 inches long, longer than most other scooters out there. Checked all the dimensions of most, and I like the height of the pole. Pretty long. I'm 6'5", so this is me right now. It's at my chest, which is a great height. All right. Okay. I'll do some parts comparison and actually show you what I've done to the scooter over the last year and about 4 months of ownership. Put about 2,500 miles on it. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk. First things first. The Hawk Pro is quick. Surprisingly quick. It comes with a 35 amp controller. Sine wave controller. Some new type of controller from Yume. They say. Let me put the camera down. But what they claim is that this new controller is better cooling and better power delivery. First of all, the scooter is about 3 years old. I had it about 1.5 years now. The frame is pretty similar to most scooters, but quite different in some aspects. Okay, number one, what I don't like about the Hawk Pro, start off, is the rake angle. As you can see, the angle of the pole is more than 80 degrees. And for a two-wheel scooter, that's not cool with speeds above 40 miles an hour. You want something more angled this way. Let's say less than 80 degrees to give a better what they call rake. More control at high speed. To try to counter that, I said I needed bigger swing arms. So I went from these swing arms, which are the Hawk Pro swing arms, to the Yume Raptor swing arms. Raptor 2 came out with some new swing arms. I should say Yume came out with the Raptor 2, which has different swing arms than these swing arms, but I don't know if they're the same length. I'm waiting on my friend to do a review to give me some specs. If anything, if they're better, I'll swap them out. But anyway, I wanted to show you the difference in length from this swing arm to the Raptor swing arm. As you can see, it's a little bit longer, which gives me overall probably another 3 inches of wheelbase, which is pretty long for a scooter. That's one of the changes I did. Now, in order to do this change, I had to add spacers on both sides of the throat in order for the brake caliper to fit properly. Speaking of the brakes, the Raptor originally comes with, the Hawk Pro originally comes with Zoom 2-piston brakes. Some people complain about these brakes, how they give issues like leaking, whatever the case may be. But I had no problem with these brakes. I'm going to compare them real quick in size. Sorry about moving the camera around. I didn't prepare for any of this. I have no script. Basically just came out here to wipe it down. I said, let me just do a quick review. But anyway, this is the 2 pistons by Zoom, and these are the 4 pistons. These are the 2 pistons by Zoom, and these are the 4 pistons by Zoom, as you can see. Sorry for shaking the camera. I'm new to this. I had to add upgraded mounts and everything just to fit the rotors. These brakes served me well, over 2,000 miles, standard from Yume. So if you're thinking about getting a Hawk Pro, these brakes work pretty well. The only problem I had was a slight leakage in the lever system. But once I tightened it up, everything worked out well. Speaking of that, let's compare that. Old one to the new one. This is the old one. And that's the new one. It's a bigger chamber. Lot bigger chamber. And this stopping power and these brakes are way better than the stopping power coming out of the standard ones. Even with the pads that they send with these brakes are, I don't know, I say 5 millimeters thicker than standard pads, to the point where the rotors that I had bought, it was hard for me to mesh or sync properly between the pads. So I had to swap back to Zoom 4-piston pads just to give me space so there wouldn't be no touch. Speaking of rotors too, these are 160, what is this? Yeah, 160 millimeters. The Hawk Pro comes with 140 millimeters. Did I bring down those rotors? Yeah, I did right here. That's them right here. See the size difference? Hawk Pro, upgrade. Added a lot of highlights too. You wonder what these are? These are sliders. So sometimes I put the scooter down, tips over or whatever. Helps from getting scratches. I put sliders here, sliders here. I put sliders here. What else? Okay, so that's the front, right? Pretty similar to the back. The back setup is different now. See this bracket right here? It's a special bracket from Zero Scooter, 10X. Yeah, I think it's the 10X bracket. Well, this is a nut brake bracket for the 10X. You could get it from AliExpress. First of all, everything I get on here is from AliExpress. Everything I got on this scooter is from AliExpress. Do not sleep on AliExpress. I've never had an issue with delivery. They got me everything on time. But anyway, back down to this bracket. If you're thinking of doing this whole conversion, I would just say stay with the regular Hawk Pro, or actually, sorry, not Hawk Pro. I should point out that this bracket right here is a same bracket that comes on the Raptor, but you could also find it for 10X on AliExpress. So you get this front and then the rear bracket, and it'll make you be able to use the standard Hawk Pro brakes without customizing all this setup. I just wanted something badass, something that looked different, so I went with this. And they work. They're much stronger brakes. Down to the shocks, right? These shocks are 165 millimeter shocks, front and rear. Standard Hawk Pro was 135. These are EXA Form 291 shocks. Way better, I should not say way better, a better upgrade to the Hawk Pro's shocks. Hawk Pros come on 135 millimeter. Did I state that? But yeah, the Hawk Pros are fully adjustable. It's pretty similar to the EXAs. I'll show you those in a second. Sorry, no tripod. These are the Hawk Pros. These are the Hawk Pros shocks compared to that of the EXA shocks. You can tell they're a lot shorter. You need these shocks in order to use the RAPTOR swing arm or 0-10x swing arm if you want to do the conversion. And this conversion could be done on pretty much any scooter you want, pretty much from the manufacturer. Let's say you got a, I don't know what, I don't know. I could customize pretty much any scooter. Same thing had to do in the back with the swing arms. Just got to make sure the swing arms match up with length and everything else, and you could pretty much swap them over. What else? Don't mind this. This is just for when I'm riding in the night. I kept the original Hawk Pro's wheels. Why? Because I wasn't ready to upgrade to 11-inch wheels yet. I wanted to try these big tires out from CST. These tires feel amazing compared to the standard Hawk Pro tires, which are right here. Now these tires are not bad. After 2,000 miles, not one flat, and they held up pretty well. Held up pretty good, but as you can see the difference in size compared to the CSTs. Anyway, you get the idea. The handling on these tires, though, above 45 miles an hour is not that good. One, due to the fact, see, I could just spin the tire around like that. It's the contact patch. There's not too much patch touching the ground. Yeah, the tire looks badass, but it needed to be rounded more or flattened more. More contact patch to the ground for it to be good above 45 miles an hour. Now this tire here, you can see the contact patch. It's a lot wider than what this one is sitting on. This one is not. Hopefully you get the idea. Sorry for moving the camera around so fast. Back it away. Give me a second. Another thing I changed was the display from the Hawk Pro to that of the Predator. This is the original Hawk Pros. That's the Predator display, the smaller one. Much needed display. Looks better once turned on. Other videos I got shows it turned on. I'll explain about the other items in a second. But the Predator display is much brighter than the Hawk Pros. Okay, what else should I talk about? I've never ever folded the stem. Maybe about 3 times I'll say I ever folded the stem. Never had to tighten this bolt under here. I put a mark on there so I know if it ever moved or anything. Never had to tighten that. Nothing I really ever had to tighten on this scooter. It's a solid scooter if you're investing in the Hawk Pro. I'd recommend it. Well, that's pretty much most things I did. Oh, I changed the Predator kickstand from the Hawk Pro kickstand. What else can I compare? Oh, and the handlebars. I forgot the length of these handlebars standard, but compared to the ones I changed it to, it's shorter. I don't know if you can see it. not good at videotaping. I get better. I didn't have the chest mount today. Kind of lazy. Feel like going upstairs to go get it. As I said, none of this was scripted or prepared. Just felt like showing what I did to the scooter because I get a lot of questions asked. All right, as opposed to electronics, where do I start? As you can see, radio. This device up here is GPS, Android Auto, motion sensor alarm. All of these items I got on AliExpress. This one here is a feed dog horn, very loud horn. I suggest upgrading to this horn. FEDDOG, I believe, is the name of the horn. This light right here is a very bright light too if you want to upgrade to a light cheap on AliExpress. I have front camera and rear camera that runs all the time. As soon as I turn on the scooter, they all automatic come on. At the moment, I'm putting on this light right here by Off Bondage. This light right here. The mount, not so happy with the mount, but I'll probably cut this piece off and rock with it. But the light is very bright. I'll do another video later to show you guys all of that setup and how I did that. Other than that, what else did I do? Oh, this little sticker you could also get on AliExpress, the GPS tracking. I do have GPS on the scooter. Good luck to anybody that takes it, because I'll be right behind you. Try to find my tag. Good luck. You gotta rip the scooter apart in order to do so. I mean, what is it worth after that, right? But anyway, I highly suggest you invest in a tracking device for your scooter if you want to get one. Let's see what else I got in the back. Oh, show you future upgrades. What I want to do, let me put the camera down. All right, what I want to do. Sorry for the sniffing. It is still trying to chilly outside. Let me show you what I want to do. What I plan to do. Okay. Now, this is another steering dampener. I plan on putting 2 steering dampeners on. I plan on taking this one off and putting it to the side. I'll show you how in a second. Hopefully you can see. Mount the camera right here. Show you real quick. Okay, hopefully you can see. Let me see. I plan on putting this, by using this bracket, existing bracket, slide it down. I plan on putting this device like that and having, let me get the camera in a better position. I plan on putting something like this. Something like this. Well, of course, this is turned around, but you get the idea. One on this side, one on the next side. Stay tuned for that project. That should make it look sick as hell. One thing I never tried though was putting the original Hawk Pro tires back with this setup. Wonder how that would feel. Probably feel the same. Anyway, I know I'm missing a lot, but I'll get to a lot more. Now I got the camera and the mic. I figured out. What else? I do want to go to 11-inch motors, just so I could put some nice PMT tires on there. And eventually, if the controller fails, something like that, I'll do a controller upgrade. Let me turn it on for a second. Hold on a second. Hopefully you can see. All right. Turn on the lights for you. One thing I do like about the Hawk is the lights. Oh, sorry, forgot to mention, as you can see, the eagle eyes. Those are Raptor eagle eye lights. Those are custom too. I had that put in. But one thing I like about the Hawk Pro standard lights is that you can go from white or yellow if you would like. That gives a nice look in the nighttime. We should turn on these lights real quick. As I said, those other lights are kind of sick. I do have the other one to put on to the left, to the right hand side. That I'll do today. That's this right here. I'll put that on. Pretty much goes like this. Just gotta tighten it. You get the idea. A little bit later, guys. Thanks for watching.